Hi, it's Mag, and it's week 8, and it's been a very busy few weeks with spring showing up and lots of seeds coming to germinate. I mean, I had a really good germination rate, but that doesn't mean that everything goes smoothly. Like in life, some things work out, some don't. But this past week, I must have given away 50 tomato transplants that I had planned to my sister, and I'm preparing beds now for 30 tomato plants to plant here, but also my cucumbers and zucchinis and squashes. It's a fruit day today, so what I've done was basically prepared beds. Now this bed here has got horse manure. So I've dug this up and laid out the horse manure the other day. It's supposed to rain tonight and tomorrow, so this is a good time for it to just sit on the top, let nature and rain do its thing, and then dig it in a little bit. Not too much. I've already dug it up, and this soil is very friable, but it's going to be housing lots of deep plants, meaning they're deep feeding plants like squashes and cucumbers. And then in this area, I've now kind of started to plant a few things into this bed, try to make use of some of these old bark from large trees. And this is where I grow my comfrey, which is a plant I grow for the purpose of making homemade compost tea. That's this plant as well. So I've got a number of these things in this bed that's not really used for anything at the moment except for my comfrey, and soon some hydrangeas, some roses, some garlic. Here, I managed to get this in, but it's suffered from squirrels, likely. Oops, here we go. Squirrels have been digging up some of these. Rutabaga they dug up, but these other radishes are okay so far. But squirrels got to my broccoli. And again, sometimes you plan for the best. If it doesn't work out, well, you just try again. So I'll probably buy some broccoli plants. But you can see some of these here under glass. They're just coming up. They're looking really tiny, but these hopefully will yield us a few plants. So going up again, the 50 tomato plants I've given away, I've now narrowed down the 30 right here. This rack, but also these on the deck here. I planted a few salad crops here, just in pots so that I can access these. And the other couple of days was a leaf day, but I missed getting all of these in. More leaf, pak choy, green onions, purslane. I potted them up in larger 6-inch pots from these 2.5-inch peat pots, but still lots to do. I transplanted some of this, divided it and transplanted my ashitaba plants. And of course I've got lots of these fruits plant out soon. And finally in the greenhouse area, you can see some of these leaf crops I'm keeping under lights just for now to get them going a little quicker. Some leftover tomato plants that are still needing a little bit of light and warmth before they get hardened off. And these are eggplant and basil, few tomatoes. Still, these are unknown tomatoes. And these are new ones here that I inherited. These are 4 black tomatoes. So we will see what they look like. And again, because it's a fruit day, I planted a few more eggplant in case any of these don't make it. Butternut squashes, more to come. So you can see it's still very, very, very busy time. I won't show you the front, but I've put horse manure. I have access to horse manure not far, and as a composted manure as an additive to soil, it's great. Lots of nutrients, more they say than cow or steer manure or chicken manure. But the horse manure has been composted over some time, so it's not raw or hot, or it doesn't have that smell. So it's just sitting on the top of the areas where we're going to plant the tomatoes directly and some of the squashes, so that they will prepare that soil, and in another couple of weeks we'll plant out. But for now, it's been a busy time transplanting and then moving them on to giving them away. A few more things to do yet, but the beds are prepared. I'll show you another time, but the root crops have started coming up, and spinach, New Zealand spinach. So that's always a great crop for us. So anyway, as far as animal manures for gardening, it's a great resource as long as it's local and that it's composted well. If it's composted well, that means it would have reached a certain temperature and they would kill the seeds, the weed seeds, or maybe even destroy some of the additives if there were any. Our source of the horse manure, I don't believe that there were fed that. But anyway, it's also been a new moon, which is a good time to plant out leaf crops, things that come out of the ground. This is where the moon is waxing, and it's said to be a very good time for planting out leaf crops that way. But generally, it's more complicated than that. It's more than just the waning and waxing moon. It has to do with the other planets. So I just follow a biodynamic calendar, and I follow what they tell me what to plant. I try to follow that as much as possible. And then, as I mentioned, not only biodynamic, but also organic gardening practices, mixed in with some of my own kind of spirituality and nature practices, crystal grids, that sort of thing. Just experiment, really. So anyway, enjoy your Sunday, whatever you're doing today. All right? Cheers. Bye.